And so I started to reminisce about growing up in this community and not necessarily thinking about me being Gullah or anything. It's just how I grew up. Now, growing up in church, every Sunday, there was a specific rhythm that we all experienced in church. It's basically a one-measure sort of ostinato, if you will. So it's. There is also the one clap. There's the half. Then there's the full. Now, in these churches, and we're even before we even talk about, me being a young kid, we're talking about this rhythm going back a long time ago. We're talking 1700s. This is a rhythm. This is something that's embedded. Okay. So all of these rhythms would be going on at the same time. And in a church, when you get the whole congregation that's going in on this particular rhythm, or all of these different rhythms, when they're doing it at the same time, it's pretty powerful. Okay, we're going to split this up a little. I want you all to do just the one clap. That you all clap loud, because you all are the bass. We're going to do it full. Keep going, keep going. And now, keep going. And then there's a double clap. And the double clap would usually come sort of towards the end of the phrase. The double clap is going to be on the offbeat, and it's sort of the equivalent of if you're ever watching a drummer play a set of drums and they do a big drum fill, that's sort of what that is. Keep going, don't move. Sometimes you could accent it. Sometimes you would have some people that would go. But it's all going to connect together. And it all stays together. That's the easiest way I can put it. Okay? So that's the rhythm aspect of it. Now, also at church, we have these things called prayer band. And a prayer band did not have traditional band instruments. The prayer band was usually 3 or 4 people, and they had their voices, their hands to clap, and feet to stomp. And the prayer bands would usually travel from church to church in the community, and they would represent the church. And what they would do, they would have like if it was a choir anniversary where they were celebrating the choir or something, and they would say my church was Greater Zion AME Church. So they would, if they were visiting another church, they would say, now we'll have Greater Zion AME Church to come up and give us a few selections. And they'd probably be sitting together, and as soon as they were introduced, they would stand up, and one person would start singing something. And it would usually be some sort of slow song in order to get to the front of the church. So in telling them this, and then explaining it to them, and then going through each section, it made it a little bit more connecting for them when they thought about it and when they're going. They can imagine themselves being sort of that prayer band. Awesome. Now, being that the rest of them are just basically holding this concert C, or this one note, she has the liberty, she can express it however she wants. Once she's already sang that theme, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. She's gonna sing it again. Somebody else in the group has heard what she said, and now they're gonna harmonize with it. So this is the second time doing it. Second time. That's their intro. They've already gotten up to the front. At this point, they usually stop and they say, we represent Greater Zion AME Church. It's good to be here. Our pastor is blah, blah, blah. We bring greetings in the name of the Lord, whatever have you. We hope that you enjoy these fine selections that we've chosen for this fine occasion. Now, remember earlier when we were doing trying to get everybody in the church excited, starting at the next part. Did everybody hear all of the different parts? Did you even hear the double clap? So all of that's in there now, which is all a part of the Gullah community. You can go to just about any church in the Gullah corridor, which stretches from Bloomington, North Carolina, all the way down to Jacksonville, Florida. You could find just about any African-American church that is going to have those rhythms in their church. That's just never going to change.